never expect evil to look ordinary. But that's the trick, isn't it? Evil doesn't come wrapped in warning signs. It comes dressed in peeling paint, creaking floors, and a smell like forgotten mothballs. It looks like the house on Willow Lane. When we moved in, the house seemed almost charming in its way. Sure, the wooden floors groaned like they were complaining about the weight of time, and the air carried that musty odor of something shut away for too long. But it felt manageable. A fixer-upper. Mom called it a new beginning. Dad said it was a good investment. I said nothing, but something about it tied my stomach in knots. At first, it was easy to brush off the feeling. The strangeness didn't start right away. The house allowed us to settle in, let us fill its silent halls with the noise of living. But it was watching us. Waiting. The first night I heard the footsteps, I told myself it was just the old house stretching its bones. It was well past midnight, the hour when shadows feel deeper and silence takes on weight. Heavy footfalls echoed down the hall, deliberate and slow, like someone walking with purpose. I crept to the door, cracked it open, and peeked out. Nothing. Not even a shift of air. My parents' door was closed. My brother snored softly in the room next to mine. I tried to sleep after that, but the creak of the floorboards lingered in my ears like a voice whispering my name. It always happened at 3:33 a.m. Not 3:32. Not 3:34. The glowing numbers on my clock burned into my mind as the nights passed. At first, I thought it was just coincidence. Then I stopped believing in coincidence. One night, I'd had enough. Armed with nothing but the courage of exhaustion, I slipped out of bed and wandered the house. The old wood groaned under my feet as I turned on the lights, one by one. My heart hammered with each step. The kitchen was cold. Colder than it should have been. The backyard stretched beyond the window, bathed in the pale silver of moonlight. That's when I saw her. A figure. A woman. She stood perfectly still, her head bowed, her face obscured by a curtain of dark hair. She didn't move, but she didn't need to. She was waiting. I wanted to scream, to wake my family, but my voice was gone. Locked in my throat. The woman lingered for an agonizing moment, and then, she wasn't there. No retreat, no vanishing act. Just gone. Like a shadow erased by the sun. Things escalated after that. My brother swore he saw the rocking chair in the living room sway back and forth, as though someone had just stood up. Dad dismissed it as a draft, but his voice wavered, thin as thread. Doors slammed without reason. The lights flickered in erratic patterns, not like failing electricity, but like something was deciding when we should sit in the dark. Objects disappeared, only to reappear in the strangest places, a knife wedged into the back of the couch, Mom's locket swinging from the ceiling fan. The whispers came next. They started faint, so faint I thought they were in my head. But they grew louder. More distinct. They spoke my name, calling it like a lover or a predator. The final straw came one night when we all sat in the living room, pretending the house wasn't turning against us. A shadow crawled across the room, darker than the space around it. It moved like it had weight, like it knew we were watching. Dad, the ever-practical skeptic, went pale. He didn't say a word, just stood and announced we were leaving. We didn't argue. On moving day, we were packing the last boxes when an old man from the neighborhood shuffled over. He stood in the driveway, leaning on a cane, his weathered face heavy with something that might have been pity. "You know," he said, "this house doesn't like company. Last folks left just like you. In a hurry. The lady who lived here before, well, she died alone, right there in the kitchen. Folks say she's still looking for her kids. Never could stand to let them go. We didn't wait for more. We fled, leaving behind the creaking floors, the rocking chair, the whispers. But the house hasn't let us go. I see it in my dreams. I see her, standing in the backyard, her face hidden, her hair shifting in the wind that never blows. She's still there. Watching. Waiting. For us to come back. For someone else. For anyone who dares to call that place home.